Wait a second. I just saw the name of this video.
Yes.
I don't know if I want to watch this.
No, you gotta watch this. This is the same dude that did the Clayton Sisters video. Yes, it's the same one that did the faking the TikTok faking the thing. But it's real. I just want you to understand that I know this story. A certain part of it, I saw the clip in question, and I was just like, oh my God, this is pretty bad.
I just don't like to focus on negative things or people doing bad things. I know that we watched the Clayton Sisters one, but that's only because
we know who
we know them.
Well, we know their show.
Yeah,
we don't know them.
I don't know them.
We know their show. We were fans of the show. We've watched the show. I get it. But here's the thing: we're Twitch streamers. Okay, we are on our way. That's right. I'm plugging this. We are on our way to affiliate. We stream on Mondays and Thursday nights, and our stream is broadcast on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So we're Twitch streamers. This was a relatively large Twitch streamer. All right. And as you can probably tell by the title, this is Sunny V2. Puts out really informative videos about things that have happened on the internet and elsewhere. The Twitch streamer who faked his wheelchair.
What does that mean? Faked his wheelchair,
look.
not faked his...
No.
All right.
Just don't scrutinize the title too much. I think that you just need to see this. It's one of those situations where you're just like, really?
Okay, so before I watch this, I'm pretty sure the statistic is, off the top of my head, 80% of wheelchair users are, I think it's like ambulatory wheelchair users. So if it's just some dude who is using a wheelchair and stands up, I'm not going to be like,
look, oh no. When it comes to content like this, and I'm sure our audience will understand and see where I'm coming from on this point. If ever there is a video that we're reacting to that you disagree with,
I'm gonna what
better opportunity do you have than in a reaction video to declare, I do not agree with this? You didn't make the video. It's not your video. Your reaction to it is what's happening right now.
It's true. All right. Okay.
Zillion claimed that he had been in a wheelchair since 2011 after being involved in quite a serious car accident. In mid-2012, around a year after the incident, he'd go on to create a Twitch account before gaining a reputation for his personality, gaming skills, and finally, his physical disability as a wheelchair streamer. Within months, Zillion OP had become a Twitch partner and was streaming to an audience of between 200 and 400 viewers per stream, leading to subscriptions and donations, fueled in part by Zillion's unfavorable physical circumstances. As a whole, in the beginning, there was absolutely no reason as to why the audience might assume that, for some reason, Zillion wasn't actually disabled. That would be until January 2013, approximately 6 months after beginning his streaming journey, when Zillion OP's promotional Facebook page would be hacked, creating initial suspicions that his apparent disability was nothing more than one giant hoax. The hacker, who seemed to have known Zillion personally, began publicly posting to the Facebook page in posts that confidently suggested Zillion was able to walk and was therefore a fraudster, swindling sympathy money from his audience. Don't get angry, Zillion, just walk away from the computer for a minute. I just met you and this is crazy, but here's a chip-in button for a charity. Let me steal your money maybe. We're not like you, sir. We wouldn't mess with your PayPal. Unlike you, we're above stealing money from those in need. Hey guys, I'm sick. Donate to me to pay my hospital bills. I'm giving away a keyboard that was given to me by another fool who doesn't care that I scam my viewers for money. Hi guys, who wants to raise money for some kids? Daddy needs a new set of legs. Did some squats tonight, my thighs are on fire. Please stop DDoSing my legs. In spite of these posts hinting that Zillion was a fraud, the hacker didn't post any actual evidence proving that this was in fact the case. Therefore, Zillion's Facebook audience simply assumed that the hacker was a troll who was using the opportunity to publicly mock Zillion's handicapped status. However, in light of these posts, the audience would notice that Zillion did have a history of engaging in fraudulent activity for his own personal gain. For example, on the 10th of January 2013, just 10 days before his Facebook was hacked, he'd be banned on on Diablo 3 as a result of beginning his stream whilst having a botting script active. The incident will be shared to Reddit where it received over 700 upvotes, with a post also explaining that Zillion lied to his audience about the ban, stating that it was for account sharing as opposed to the reality for botting. Although the craziest comment on this entire post was without a doubt this one. It makes me question whether he is really in a wheelchair. Maybe it's all just part of the act to garner sympathy. While this comment was only speculation at the time, only 4 months later on the 5th of April 2013, something would happen while Zillion was streaming, proving this Reddit comment correct, whilst ending Zillion's entire career in the process.
Watch, check it out. Get on your mount and follow me.
Maybe I don't want to follow you.
When it's easily outgeared.
Our dog, oh my god, we took our dog, like to the fish shop today because the dog loves just like going out and meeting new people. We constantly have to take him to like, and I was like, oh, this is so cute, like he's cuddling with me because he's scared.
If you believe that actions speak louder than words, Zillion turning his camera downwards to hide his empty wheelchair was basically the same as him saying, I've just exposed myself doing something that I definitely shouldn't have been doing. His girlfriend seemed to realize this as well. She was the one in the background of the call telling the story about their dog. The second Zillion gets up, she pauses mid-sentence, then lets out a very panicked, oh my god,
Our dog, oh my god,
before going on to tell some very rushed, possibly improvised story about heading to the fish shop earlier that day. After Zillion's camera was turned away from his empty wheelchair, the stream would end. However, the chat would continue to discuss what they had just seen, and seemingly in a state of panic, Zillion joined the discussion by both gaslighting and lying to his audience about what had just happened. WTF, did Zill just stand LOL? No, I fell. I pushed off my chair and ate it. Oh my gosh, Zill. I'm gonna say, it did look like you stood up. Is he alright? LOL. He got back to the keyboard, he is okay. I'm pissed and in pain. Wait, so the stream's over? I need to fix myself. And my dog dumped water on everything. I will try and be back. It hurts to breathe. I hit my side on the corner of the desk. Poor Zill. I'm gonna die for a few. I will try to be back soon. Is he walking? Yeah, he stood up and walked, then the camera went off. The viewer known as Indie Rocker, who had written this final message, would then take to Reddit shortly thereafter, continuing the discussion around what had just happened. Indie Rocker here. Felt so gypped when I saw him stand up and walk. Called it out and all my comments were deleted straight away. Wish I hadn't donated money to this guy. Zillion deleting any comments calling him out instantly suggested that he was guilty. His story didn't exactly add up either. If he had really fallen out of his seat, how was he able to get up and move the camera so that it was no longer facing the empty wheelchair? Additionally, after the VOD was clipped, viewers noticed that Zillion walked away without any problems, as seen in the reflection of the fish tank behind him, and in the wake of this discovery, the fraudulent moment would be shared to every corner of the internet. The person who originally hacked Zillion's Facebook page would also find the clip, prompting him to log into the page once again before making another hacked post which stated, "So what a day. I wake up to be informed of what has happened. I read all the articles, all I can say is karma. You deserve everything you have coming to you, Zillion. I do hope you put those legs to use and get a real job. You owe a lot of people money now. What I find funniest about this is your terrible cover-up of it all. The streaming business is a much better place without creeps like you in it. Oh, and by the way, this isn't James. It's Matt in brackets Hypno, you fool, with Hypno being an old friend that Zillion used to stream with from around 1 year prior. However, an I told you so hacked Facebook status was only the beginning of the repercussions against Zillion OP. When Twitch would learn of the fraudulent activity, his account would be banned permanently, with an official statement by Twitch reading, "The Twitch broadcaster Zillion OP did indeed have his channel closed and his partnership contract terminated on the basis of fraud. Moving forward, we'll be offering refunds to those who subscribe to his channel through Twitch. We have zero tolerance for this type of behavior, and the character demonstrated in this situation is truly reprehensible. His actions are a huge slap in the face to Twitch community members with real disabilities such as Aaron and groups such as Able Gamers, who have helped spread a message of inclusiveness and positivity to not only the Twitch community, but gaming as a whole." However, this was still only the surface of what would become the Zillion OP disability rabbit hole. In July 2013, just 3 months after his massive expose, a user by the name of Inigo Montoya TV would upload a video titled "Zillion and Panthoria Meet OMFG," in which Zillion can be seen standing up straight with seemingly no need for any wheelchair assistance.
There's Zillion. He has legs. We got Zillion. It should be. It's live. They're gonna go nuts. They're gonna be like, "What, Zillion?" Because no one's seen you since it went. He has no beard. Look at this. No beard. Look at how much he lifts.
Interestingly, Zillion had also shaved his beard, making him almost unrecognizable, which might have been a deliberate move to avoid further public humiliation. The beard would make a comeback when Zillion started streaming on Hitbox TV in 2015. However, he'd find little success given his obliterated reputation, so there was really no discussion about the streamer for 7 whole years between 2013 and 2020. However, this would change once again when the internet would discover a channel that looks suspiciously familiar, going by the name of It's Bluish. The streamer running this suspicious page was clearly Zillion, and it would hilariously be the person who originally hacked his Facebook page in 2013, who would once again expose him on the livestream fail subreddit in a post reading, "Streamer Zillion OP banned for faking a disability, has returned under a new alias and just got partnered." However, this is where the story takes a bit of an interesting turn. With Zillion having somewhat of an audience once again, he'd begin to put forward numerous pieces of evidence showing that he had actually been in a wheelchair during the early days of his streaming career. In one notable moment, he'd pull up his Facebook before showing numerous wheelchair photos whilst out in public just prior to beginning his streaming journey.
My beard's much shorter there. I was in the wheelchair beforehand. Me at concerts, me out traveling, me out doing everything. This was just like I was in a wheelchair. I did get better, and I am obviously no longer in a wheelchair.
Unless for some reason Zillion had lived a year of his life in a wheelchair for the sole purpose of looking disabled prior to beginning his streaming journey, it was basically confirmed that Zillion was most certainly disabled, or at least had been temporarily. This is where Wavy Web Surf comes into the mix, who's another YouTuber here on the platform. Many of you know exactly who he is, but we'll still leave a link to his channel in the description below.
He is very
After
awesome.
Wavy Web Surf would learn of Zillion's return in June 2020, in conjunction with the newly found evidence that Zillion was disabled at least to some degree, Wavy Web Surf would conduct an hour-long interview with Zillion to get the full story from his perspective. Throughout the interview, it feels as though Zillion is speaking in a way that's truthful. It doesn't feel like he's trying to hide anything. So under the assumption that this whole discussion wasn't yet another lie, here's what they discovered. Firstly, Zillion wasn't lying about either the car accident or needing to be in a wheelchair.
I was in a wheelchair for 2 years. I was in a car accident, which put me in a wheelchair for more than a year prior to streaming.
And therefore, the disability was never fabricated out of the blue in order to gain extra donations.
And you know, with these Facebook photos, that just by you showing those photos that you created a fake, disabled personality, that's completely not true. And
correct.
The problem was that at some point in the journey, there was clearly a shift from not being able to walk to being able to walk.
When I started streaming, I needed it like completely.
Okay.
It was my 100% go-to. If I needed to go to the bathroom, I was getting out of my bed, pushing myself in a chair and going to the bathroom.
However, none of this was disclosed by Zillion at any time. Therefore, he'd conclude that his lack of explanation about where he was at in his journey was one of his biggest shortcomings.
Do you feel like you screwed up in the sense that, like, when you are integrating your disability so much in stream that it may have put off a certain image that you were wheelchair bound when you weren't? Are you willing to admit that perhaps not updating people was a mistake there?
It was my biggest mistake, not updating people. I should have been open about the recovery from day one. My wheelchair is part of my stream, and it's something where people see me do wheelies and something people see me stuck in. I should 100% have been like, hey guys, today at physical therapy, I walked 2 steps.
Yeah. That would have helped.
What an exciting day for me, and I didn't say a damn thing.
The way that Zillion talks about his past mistakes clearly shows that he's learned his lesson. He knows that he approached it terribly. Yet, despite his clear remorse for what you might call the mismanagement of the situation, Twitch would still remove his new It's Bluish account for ban evasion. It seems a little unfair given his clear display of remorse, as well as the fact that it happened over 9 years ago now. However, it did seem like Twitch was in the process of unbanning his OG Zillion account, so perhaps he'll have another opportunity to do his stream the right way in the future.
Did you say that you've watched that before?
I watched the clip of him getting up.
Oh.
I didn't know that he'd returned to streaming and returned to putting up content anywhere or anything.
To me, it's like nobody has to prove their disability to me. I think that it's incredibly wrong for him, for people to expect that he has to share anything. But at the same time, when you decide to make any sort of channel on the internet and share your life, and especially when money kind of gets in the mix.
He was profiting from a persona as somebody who was unable to walk, even though he could.
I feel like people would donate just the same as if he did say, this is how my physical therapy went. Here's my journey.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt. But at the same time, if there's somebody out there that is in a wheelchair, they're looking for a streamer or a content creator that's relatable, that they can relate to, and that's who they're donating to. That's who they're spending their time watching. He's profiting from that for that reason.
I feel
it happened. There's no way that there weren't people that were like, you know what? I admire this, or I appreciate him because he's going through this and this is how he's acting. It's just I'm not cool with milking a disability. Like, I don't sit here and like I don't tag our streams as bipolar on Twitch, which I could.
PTSD.
Or I mean, it's not a joke, you know. That's I don't do that. I could.
Yeah.
But I don't. It's not something I feel like is a necessity for my situation, whereas, you know, making it a part of his persona, doing wheelies in the wheelchair. I mean, it's kind of mocking to do a wheelie in a wheelchair if you no longer need it.
I was gonna say, not if you are in a wheelchair. Like, that's
right. Yeah. But if you are, you know, there's no other option, then that's cool.
I feel really weird about it because, like, he was in a wheelchair. He needed the wheelchair. It's not your place to ever judge someone based on what they look like.
I don't think that that's any part of what's going on here.
I know, but I'm saying, if I just see someone who's using a wheelchair and they stand up, I'm not going to be, oh my God. So, I get it.
If they were Lieutenant Dan before that point, you understand me? Like, this man is never getting up. It's a part of his thing. When you're doing wheelies, you're not just showing up, right? When you're making it a part of your gimmick, it's a different thing.
I'll agree with that.
Right? Now, I don't feel like, you know, there's the level of like attacking him or being angry or whatever. At that point, you just go, what a loser who's pretending to do this, you know, like...
If it's true that he didn't need it and was still profiting from it, then that is incredibly fucked. You should never fake a disability or act like you still have one if you no longer have one or whatever for money. That's wrong. Because
there are people in that circumstance that need that money.
Right. Could go to another creator, or the spots that he does take in partnership or whatever for that disabled community. He no longer would serve that role because he no longer is.
Yeah.
But it's just this weird gray area.
It just feels greasy to me. And I'm just not about...
I'm not going to judge because I don't know his story. I feel like he said, it would have been way better for him to be more open about what was happening, given that that's how he earned his money.
This would have never happened. This whole situation we're talking about would have never happened if he was like, guys, you know, my situation is one that I'm recovering from, you know, I'm stoked about that. Don't be surprised if you see me slowly being able to do shit without this thing.
And people would be like,
you know,
hell yeah.
Right. He would become a hero of the situation. Yeah. So tell me the logic behind not revealing that.
Maybe he just wasn't ready. I don't know. I'm trying to like...
play the devil's advocate?
No, I'm trying to, like, maybe he's, like, being totally honest, and I don't want to judge his situation. The only thing that I will say that is a little sketchy is his girlfriend going, oh my God. And then the camera going down. Now,
That's what set it all off. That's how people knew. And he was deleting comments of people who mentioned it.
And that.
I mean, look...
You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. But you know...
How many coincidences can happen before it's no longer a coincidence?
I just don't want to speculate on stuff that I don't know, you know?
I mean, there's a lot we don't have to speculate on. He made pretty much a statement about the fact that it was a mistake for him to do that. He knew that what he was doing was fucked up.
He said it was a mistake to not tell people about his, like, the transition of his disability. He never said, I was really fucked up for doing that.
I'm interested to see what everybody has to say in the comments, because this was an interesting video. It was not a hit piece like I thought it was going to be.
No.
It was not at all a hit piece.
No,
There's a conversation to be had here.
Yeah.
So have it, please.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what you guys think. I know that you guys like Sunny V too. People were excited last time we posted a video by this content creator, and you should check out his channel. Give him some love. He puts out all kinds of really informative content on internet happenings and all kinds of other stuff that you might be interested in. So go show him some love. If you like this video, you could give us a like. You could subscribe to the channel. You could even suggest a video for us to react to in the future.
Please do. You can do that in the comments below or on our Discord. We're going to have a link to that in the description.
Right down there.
As well as Sunny V2's original video.
That's right. Guess what we also do, Nikki?
We live stream.
Oh my God. We live stream. We do that on Twitch, on Facebook, and on YouTube. You can catch us at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time every Monday and Thursday evening, or whatever time of day that is for you. But we would love to see you there because we have a good time.
Yeah.
We have an awesome community that you could join. You could talk to us. It's on Discord. Maybe you've heard of it. I don't know, but it seems to be really, really popular. Our community's awesome. I'm sure they would love to see you there as well. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video.
See you guys.